That's the good stuff. That's money. This is as strong a hold as any commercial glue in my front yard. Just have this big pine tree growing here. And then just get this going on all year long, especially in the summertime. Just sap that starts pouring out. It'll even like drop down. There's just a chunk of it on the rock right there. And I'll collect those into a little metal bucket that I have. And as with anything in archery, natural archery anyway, patience is something that is tested and revered for its qualities. So this is what I just collect that stuff in here. And it's like an 80-degree day out here, 85, working on 90. And I just let this stuff sit out here. And guys, this is like hot, hot, hot to the touch. I mean, hot, like I wouldn't be able to hold it. So I'm not putting it over a campfire or nothing like that. I'm just letting it sit here. And then what it does is it separates. It'll like separate that white fluffy stuff from the more refined stuff, which is what I then screen, you know, I put it through a screen and into this container, which is also very hot right now. And you can see that's just like liquid sap. Clean raw material, you can see it. That's the good stuff. That's money. Okay, here is the concoction for our pine pitch glue. Starts with some charcoal, right? And these are just hunks of charcoal that I have kept aside for future use. Have ground down a bunch of it into this bag for ease of dispersion. And the way this works, and I like these little, I don't know if they're like 2-ounce cups or what they are, for measuring this stuff out. Oh gosh, this is not going to work very well. Let's see here. But you want to have basically equal parts of charcoal and then a binder, which is what I have right here. And these are just shavings of bamboo. So when I shave the backs of back or belly or however you want to describe it, here we go. Now we want to go with 2 containers full of pitch. And then we're going to go 1 each containers of the other ingredients. So it's kind of like a half and half, but the other half is in itself half and half. All right, so here we go. And guys, this gets so messy so quick. But this is just to get us started. So we're going to end up putting this back out in the sun to heat up again. And guys, if you do not have wax paper, get some. Nothing else will do the job. Just saying. This is going to be a really pretty large batch of glue. And gotta mixing stick right here that I'm going to use. And then put in our charcoal here. And then also our binder. This is going to get to be a dusty mess before it turns into something nice. So I'm going to get this back out into the sun where it can heat up again and congeal a little bit. All right, in addition to your wax paper, to keep this stuff from sticking to all of your work surfaces and whatnot, the next tool or supply you're going to want to have is some turpentine. The reason behind the turpentine is, of course, that it is the distillate of pine. So this will actually wipe off any sap that you have on you and clean it all off perfectly fine. There we go. This is my own little contraption here, kind of a greenhouse sort of setup. Again, it's still real hot. But you can see how this is really starting to turn into like a paste. And when I get it mixed real thoroughly, hopefully you can see that. You can see too that it just stands. And I like doing this way instead of over an open flame, because it really gives it a chance to get hot without igniting. And it does not take much heat to get pitch to a viscous state like this. You know, that's our glue right there. It's ready to go. I've also gloved up so that I don't get too awful messy. Here is our mix. All right, as we go along here, it starts to really congeal and turn into a glob that is truthfully pretty difficult to continue stirring. I'm going to try to gather up as much of that as we can here, and in doing so, you get something like this. And this is when you can tell that it's starting to cool off well enough that you can mold it. Obviously it's not sticking to my glove, right? So it will, if I try to take too much off of this stick at one time, try to stick to my glove. So here we go. All right. So here is a ball of pine pitch glue. And you can see how it starts to settle. It's still hot. All right. The inclination is to just reach in there and grab it and work it like silly putty, but trust me, that's not how it works. You just get a big old mess on your hands. Reaching in there is not advisable. All right, I'm just going to keep getting what pieces out of there I can. Let's go along here. From here, I I am looking to get it into a dispensable form. So here we go. We've got a tube of pine pitch glue. And this is exactly how it dispenses. Just peel back like a wax pencil, heat it, and use it. All right, we're going to go ahead and use some of our pine pitch glue here to put on some field points here. Hold this over the heat where you can see how the glue will just get a little glossy as it gets warm. But we're going to get just chunk some off in there, and you can see I've got just some in there. I just work all the extras into the actual point there. Go ahead and heat it. And then you can see how it begins to push through. Take some of this excess out of here. Get everything really nice and pliable in there, so we can get a real good, you can see that little extra ring starting to form all around. You can see it there. Guys, I can tear up this field point, grinding on it to get it separated from this shaft. And I can tell you, in shooting and hitting stumps or whatever else I may be shooting at, the tip has always stuck to the shaft, even when the shaft doesn't stick to the rest of the arrow, right? And you just break it off right there or whatever the case may be. But this is as strong a hold as any commercial glue that I have ever used. And I really, really love the versatility of nice pine pitch glue. So yeah, guys, great little something to add to your list of, you know, primitive projects to do for your bow building experience, at least as far as arrow making is concerned. I used some pine pitch glue to attach a napped arrowhead that I did here. This will, see, make sure you can see that. Yeah. I even have a video napping this point, believe it or not. It's one of my original videos. Videoed the making of this point before I ever made a video of making arrow or bows, believe it or not. I'll put that one right here too. It's actually a two-part series, but still sharp as a mother. Could do some serious damage. I would. But guys, thanks for joining me this week. We'll get back together here real soon.